Welcome to Dark Z. Here we dive into the darkest corners of the human experience, stories that many prefer to keep hidden. Tonight we enter the shadowy world of internet cults, communities that exist in secret forums, encrypted chats, and the dark web. They lure in the vulnerable, teenagers, lonely young adults, and once inside, some never escape. It starts innocently, a late-night chat room, a private message from someone who understands you. You don't belong with them, they don't get you, but we do. We're family. For a 15-year-old who feels invisible, those words can mean everything. And that's how the descent begins. Psychologists say cults, whether online or offline, always begin with connection. They don't introduce themselves as monsters. They introduce themselves as the only ones who truly care. In 2021 in Ohio, a boy named Alex disappeared. He was 16 years old. A gamer, quiet but kind. His mother remembers the night before. She said, he was at his desk laughing at something on his computer. He said, "I finally found people who get me." That was the last time I saw him. The next morning, Alex was gone. The only thing left was his laptop, open to an anonymous forum on the dark web. His last messages to friends: "They are my real family. I'm going with them." Alex has never been found. Investigators discovered the forum was linked to a group called The Circle. Its rules: total obedience, no outside contact, and eventually, relocation. Internet cults, they really use the same playbook. First, isolation. They convince victims that their real families are the enemy. Second, fear. They say that leaving will lead to punishment, even death. And third, loyalty. They reward blind obedience with praise, love, or sometimes even status. Online, this is honestly easier than ever. Through voice chats, videos, and even fake therapy sessions, cult leaders blur the line between reality and illusion. Sometimes victims even create rituals inside their own bedrooms, closing blinds, wearing headphones, whispering chants into microphones. It kind of feels like a game, until it isn't. These groups, well, they don't just exist in America. In Japan, back in 2018, police discovered a cult on the dark web led by a man calling himself the Second Messiah. Members were mostly teenagers. When police raided the hideout, some refused to leave, saying their family was still inside the chat room. In Russia, the infamous Blue Whale Challenge pushed victims into performing 50 increasingly dangerous tasks. At the end, the challenge demanded suicide. It was framed as a game. But behind it, investigators believe there was an organized network. In Brazil, in the year 2020, a Telegram group lured young people with promises of spiritual awakening. Inside, they were told to cut off all friends, give money, and prepare for a journey. Several teens vanished. Few were ever traced. This is what the conversations often look like. The leader says, "We are your true family. Your parents don't understand you." The victim replies, "But they'll worry." The leader responds, "No, they never cared. If they did, you wouldn't feel so alone. Only here with us will you find peace." It's manipulation, but to a teenager who feels lost, it sounds like salvation. Experts say the main targets are those struggling with loneliness, depression, family conflict, and honestly just the desire to belong. In a world where likes and followers can define self-worth, cults weaponize that need for validation. Every message, every compliment, every "we care about you" is a step deeper into the trap. Yes, they never disappeared. They just changed skins. Some hide as self-help groups, some as spiritual movements, others as exclusive gaming communities. But their goal never changes: to recruit, control, and consume. Investigators believe dozens of such groups still operate across the world, hiding on Discord servers, encrypted Telegram channels, and private forums. One survivor who escaped an online cult after 2 years said, "At first it was just fun, they were always there for me when nobody else was. But slowly they told me to stop talking to my parents, then my friends. Finally, I was ready to leave home and meet them. That's when I realized, if I went, I might never come back. Stories like this remind us, not everyone is lucky enough to recognize the trap in time. Internet cults are the predators of the digital age. They don't need vans, masks, or weapons. They only need a screen, and someone willing to listen. And once you're inside, the line between reality and illusion can vanish forever. This was just one story from the hidden web of darkness. What do you think? Are these cults still operating near us today? And could someone you know already be under their influence? Subscribe and join Dark Z for more true stories, unsolved mysteries, and yeah, the darkest secrets still hiding in plain sight. Because the truth is darker than you think.